The Canadian Press.
We asked Canadians who they thought would make the best Prime Minister. Stephen Harper came first, but what we saw is Michael Ignatieff doing twice as better as Stéphane Dion as the Canadian that would make the best Prime Minister. So what we see is basically a doubling of the number of individuals who would give the nod to the current leader of the Liberal Party of Canada. Much of the Liberal gains have been driven in the province of Quebec, and also that there are increasing favourable impressions of the Liberal Party of Canada since Michael Ignatieff was made interim leader. But in my experience, what I found is whenever there's a new leader, before people get to know who that leader is, they project positive things onto that leader. So I think for Michael Ignatieff, it is positive news, but he has to actually be very careful because he's still a bit of a blank slate, so to speak. And as a result, that's all people see is that Stéphane Dion is no longer the leader of the Liberal Party of Canada, that Michael Ignatieff is the interim leader, and they're projecting positive things. So I think, Stephen Harper's probably going to be looking at these numbers and thinking that there is potential for Michael Ignatieff to pick up support, but at the same time, he's probably going to be looking at drawing in or coloring that image or lack of image that Michael Ignatieff currently has. And in the past, the Conservatives under Stephen Harper have been masterful at defining their opponents. And I think that's probably why Michael Ignatieff was very firm in December saying, personal attacks on me or any of the other opposition leaders or parties will not be acceptable. I think he was trying to preempt the Conservatives from what I'll say their tried and true and past successful strategy of negatively defining their opponents. Well, I think for the Conservatives, what they're going to want to do is stay focused on the economy, because Canadians are fixated on the economy. They're worried about their jobs. They're worried about their savings. They're worried about whether their children will be able to get jobs when they finish from school. And I think if the Conservatives embarked on what I'll say a significant initiative to attack Michael Ignatieff and the Liberals, it would probably backfire, because what it shows is that Stephen Harper is focusing more on politics as opposed to jobs and the economy. And in the past, when the economy was good, I guess it made for good politics and probably good news media coverage. But I think now Canadians are going to want all of their leaders. I think, Stephen Harper, Michael Ignatieff, Jack Layton, for sure, all of them to focus on the economy, to try to depoliticize things because of what I'll say the economic turndown that Canadians feel.
The Canadian Press.